what's cracking, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mono Team Mondays, and today's type we are featuring is the Dragon type, the all-powerful, almighty Dragon type. And today I'm bringing a Charizard, who is a Charizard X, Goodra, Dragonite, Altaria, who I know I said I hate in the past, but I'm going to try her out and see how she does, Garchomp, and a Dialga, who is necessary because this team would get swept like no other by fairies. So yeah, my opponent today is going to be Zigma, who is a pretty powerful opponent I've faced in the past. He's bringing a Scrafty, Blastoise, Drapion, Klefki, Mienshao, and Crustle. So let's get things cracking, shall we? So Zigma's issuing the challenge as usual, and he goes and leads off with his Stankrabin. I'm gonna lead off with Diablo, my Charizard, and I gotta switch out because I know this thing's probably gonna want to Rock Blast me right back into the ground. So I go into Cottonelle here, which could have been a mistake as he goes for the Shell Smash, but the reason I went out in the Cottonelle risking that Rock Blast to the face was because I wanted to set up a Tailwind. So as he gets all those stat boosts and stat drops, he goes for the Rock Blast like I said he probably would have, and Cottonelle's not gonna really like that too much. So there goes the Tailwind, and there I go looking like an idiot right off the bat in this battle. Not too good, not too good. So I go out and send out Shark Week because it is August, you know, guys. So Shark Week's a bulkier Garchomp, and this guy's going for another Shell Smash here, probably predicting the Earthquake, but I'm like, hells nah, man. I ain't gonna let you set up on me like that. So I actually go for the Dragon Tail here. And if Shark Week missed that, I would have been ticked off like no other, but he hit it. So yes, that thing's out of here for the moment. Now I have to deal with this Klefki. So this thing probably wants to set up Reflects and Light Screens, which it does right here. But you know, I think hitting this thing with an Earthquake just to get a little bit of damage and start chipping away at this thing wouldn't be too bad of an idea. So that's what I do there. But this thing's gonna be a problem if I don't take care of it soon. Like I said, I'm running Toxic, Earthquake, Crunch, and not Crunch, sorry, Dragon Claw and, no, yeah, Crunch and Dragon Tail. Wow, where's my head at? So I go into Diablo here, predicting the Fairy type move, and of course, being a Fire type, he resists that. So I'm not gonna go ahead and Mega Evolve just yet because that would be suicidal. And I am predicting a Thunder Wave here, but there's nothing really much I can do. I could go back out into Garchomp, but that would just be going around in circles, and this thing would be getting more and more leftovers recovery. Despite the fact that I would be stalling and wearing down the Reflect, whatever. I decided to go for a Flare Blitz here just to see how much health I can knock off of this keychain, and it does quite a bit despite the Reflect, so yeah, big ups to Diablo there. God, I hate Klefkis. I mean, I use one, yes. I only hate other Klefkis, not mine. It's such a bad thing to say, but he goes back out into his Crustle Stankrabin here, and I'm like, alright. I just went for the Dragon Dance just to pretty much scout, but you know, now that I'm paralyzed, there's not really much I can do here. And this thing's gonna Earthquake me if I Mega Evolve, and it's gonna Rock Blast me if I don't. So you know what? Let's just go for the Mega Evolution here. Because my Mega Charizard X here has the Roost, but he actually goes for the Stealth Rock, which isn't a bad play on his part. So I do get off a Dragon Claw here, +1 Dragon Claw. If I got the Parry Hacks there, I'd have been so upset, but he hangs on with a sliver of health as the Reflect wears off at that very second. So I'm like, go get him, Shark Week. Tell him what time it is. So my plan is ultimately to hit this thing with an Earthquake after it hits me with an Earthquake. I think he's going to be pretty surprised here because that's going to do nothing. So I'm like, I'm going to rub it in your face. Why not? I'm going to go for a Crunch. I'm feeling cheeky today. So I'm going to rub it in your face there. Yeah, so good on Shark Week so far. So here comes a Klefki, Nicklin, and he goes for a Reflect as his Dying Wish, and I'm like, alright, I see you, You're gonna die anyways, but I see you. So down goes Nicklin, New York City Clin, that Klefki. So there we go, that's Klefki down, so that's one big hazard out the way. Now he sends out this big Blastoise here, and I know this thing's gonna pack Aura Sphere and Dragon Pulse, which is pretty much going to destroy my team if I don't take care of it right. So I send in Sir Snotzalot, the Goodra, in his snotty glory. So my plan here is if Sir Snotzalot can take a Dragon Pulse from this thing, maybe I can get off a move. If not, then damn. But He actually lives that Dragon Pulse. He is wearing an Assault Vest, so I decided to go for a Draco Meteor. Since he's gonna die anyways, why not go all out with a bang, you know? So that works decently well as I get him down to just below half. And he goes for another Dragon Pulse as I thought he would. Well, why wouldn't you, right? So, I mean, Sir Stotsalot did more than Cottonelle did, the Altaria. But, hopefully I can take this Blastoise out. So I make a really stupid play here. I go into Targaryen, the Dragonite here, being like, alright, I'm packing Thunder Punch. But I'm like, why did I not just go for, like, something else? Because this thing's probably more defensive than specially defensive. So that made me look kind of stupid again, right there. So that was a waste of a perfectly good Dragonite. Sorry, Dragonite. So I send in Sharkweek again, because I'm like, alright, if I can outspeed this thing, hit it up with an Earthquake, all will be well. It actually goes to an Aqua Jet here, and I'm like, oh, alright. Didn't expect that. So I got the Rough Skin and the Rocky Helmet. So that's a dead Blastoise. It's a shame I didn't go for, well, it's a shame I didn't have Sword Dancer or something, because then I could have just set up for free. But the Reflect wears off in time, so that's really nice. So this Minchiao comes out and decides to go for a high jump kick, and I don't think it's going to take me out. Comes decently close, but it's going to damage itself quite a lot from that, which I'm happy about. I would have been totally ecstatic if he missed the high jump kick too, but this Earthquake's going to do the same amount of damage and take it out, because there's no Reflect. So he goes out and sends out Kellogg's. Now this might just be a problem here, because I go for the Toxic, because I've seen this thing in the past, this Kellogg's, and it's a wall. It's a wall Scrafty. As it goes for the bulk up, I'm like, alright, Toxic was a safe play. Can't argue with that. And then Shed Skid. I'm like, are you kidding me? I should have clued into that. If it's a wall, it's not gonna have Moxie. So Sharkweek lives a Drain Punch, which is really surprising, and I'm happy about it, don't get me wrong. So I'm like, alright, if that was the case, Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail is the answer to all life's setup problems, ladies and gents. And so here comes this Drapion, and I'm like, I should be able to outspeed this thing and land an Earthquake before Sharkweek hits the dust, bites the dust. And it does, so I would have loved if it took it out, but whatever, it's a Drapion. It's not going to cause me too much trouble here. And at this stage of the game, it's pretty much checkmate for my opponent, because I'm going to send out Dialga, Iron Throne. Game of Thrones reference, anyone? Yeah, I usually don't use OP things like this, but like I said, it was kind of necessary to help me from getting swept by fairy types on this team. So I go for a Flash Cannon here, being like, alright, that should pretty much just do justice and take you out. So now I just gotta worry about that Kellogg's, Scrafty. So I'm pretty much thinking, you know what, I'll just have Iron Throne go all out with a Draco Meteor. If he dies, he dies. At least I have a paralyzed Charizard X in the wings. So that should be able to take it out anyways. But I get lucky, and this Draco Meteor is enough to take it out. So, good game, Zigma. That was another episode on Mono Team Mondays. One of the easier episodes, mind you. It was much easier to find a good battle with this team and actually win. So, yeah. But until next time, guys, I believe next time I will probably bring back one of the older type teams that I've brought in the past. Maybe Dark or Ice, or even Ghost. I'm thinking about doing a Mono Steel type. So, yeah. Look out for that in the future. And until next time, guys. Peace.